Hello, everyone. How is your world? Maybe that's a question you could ask yourself a bit more than you already do. I do this every morning, by the way. Good morning. I do this every morning and I ask myself, okay, so how is my world? Well, why am I doing this and why am I, focusing on that? Because, when we check in our mornings like, oh, how is, what's going on, there's seldom that we ask ourselves how we're doing. We are so highly aware of, or let me ask you, how highly aware are you of everything and everyone else, especially right now, and intensified like never before? So that's why when I wake up in the morning, one of the questions I ask is, how is my world? How is my body doing? And this, what I get as an awareness is something totally different than I initially woke up with. So, how is your world? Not what is your awareness of, everyone else's heaviness and smallness and frustration and all that stuff, but how's your world? And if you truly like right now, like try it out. Like, hey, one moment, like, what? How is my world? How is my body? Okay, so, and then get the energy of that. And maybe you notice, hmm, that is something different than what, the other things that I'm aware of. And these are one of the things that are so incredibly vital to differentiate and have clarity on. Okay, so what is my world and what is my awareness of everything that's going on? And one of the things that are coming up right now on our buffet of possibilities is to have so much more clarity and ease about, okay, that is this person's stuff going on that I'm aware of, that is this person's stuff that I'm aware of, that is this person's stuff, and this is my world. And this is really something. What if you ask for that clarity more than ever? Because if you walk around in the world with the clarity of, I'm doing great, I'm awesome, and at the same time, you can be aware of everyone else's stuff, and it doesn't diminish your space. Wow. What could you be? What could you create? So, what if this is something you could ask for more than ever? Because what I've seen in the classes lately, both the classes that I facilitate and also the classes that I attend, is that we are there more than ever. This is on the buffet more than ever, and this is something we can ask for. And if you've heard of the tool, who does this belong to? That most of us have been asking for years. Those tools, they seem so, oh yeah, yeah, simple, simple. Yeah, but there is a brilliance to that simplicity that mm, makes its way through our worlds more the more we use it and the more we let it in and the more we allow it, as it is with all of these tools that we know, all these gems that help us access more of us. And so this who does this belong to tool, where you can get clarity on, wait a second, the stuff that I'm trying to deal with in my own world, wow, how much of that is not yours? And especially the things that keep coming, like all the things that keep like knocking on your door going, come on, don't you want to choose me again? Don't you want to go to the heaviness again? Don't you want to be worried again? Don't you want to have stress about money, or stress about your body or relationships, other things, those energies that keep knocking on your door, probably like at night. It's a phenomenon, especially. And you're like, use one tool after the other and it doesn't change. Well, let me remind you of something. If you have something that keeps knocking on your door and it doesn't change no matter what you do, you know why? Drum rolls. because it's not yours. Oh my God. And this is so cool too. You know, maybe most of you have heard about this before and you know about this awareness, but then remind yourself of it or ask the universe to remind you of it. So again, like look at all the things that you maybe wake up in the morning and they, oh my God, or they wake you up at night and they create a stress in your world or a panic or something. And you like do anything and then ask yourself right now, truth, is this mine? Wow. Whew. So notice like there's so many new tools just from the past few days. Okay, like so many new tools. And man, where do I start? There's like so much there's so much old stuff that we tend to how do you say in English, like drag, yeah, that we tend to drag from one day to the next just because they've always been there. Like old structures, old reference points, old ways of this is me in the world. This is how I'm functioning. This is me with money. This is me with relationships. This is me with my body. And it's all those old things that we keep saying hello every morning and go, okay, I'm going to put you on again because that's, my dress in the world and that's how I walk through the world. And then we seldom question them until we do, until we go, wait a second, whose dress of insanity am I wearing? um, whose hat of limitation am I wearing? And then the magic is when you start looking at it from a question, you're like, whoa, just that changes the molecular structure of whatever you've been making real so you can access what is actually true for you. Wow. So I'm going to say everything that is, will you destroy and create it, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys, poets, and beyonds. This is the Access Consciousness Clearing Statement, and you can find more about it on www.theclearingstatement.com. It's just a really cool tool that is dynamically fast in creating change. So, and it reminds you of that you have choice always, and it's your choice to create limitations. It's your choice to let them go, which is very good news. It's very empowering. And so, if you look at those things that you keep on dragging with you every day and going, I don't like it because it's heavy, but I do like it because it makes me know who I am, then that honesty, that clarity with yourself could open up for something different for you. So, and, and, okay, so just like start noticing where you have old things that keep saying hello, but acknowledge that you're the one recreating them every day. They're not just like saying hello because they're more powerful than you. No, no, no. They're saying hello because if you ask yourself, how much do I actually like this heaviness? Honestly, I don't like it, but I like it. I don't like it, but I like it. I like to get rid of it, but then I don't like to get really rid of it because everything that is, so you just try and create it, please. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys, poets, and beyonds. If this absolute like blunt honesty with ourselves, where we go like consciousness and this path to becoming more of us is not about being perfect and being right and being wonderful, in a oh my God, I got it all way. It's really just that honesty of, okay, you know what? There's both. I like to get rid of the heaviness, but I don't like to get rid of the heaviness because it still shows me who I am. And there's no wrongness. It's just like for me personally, maybe I'm like just weird. Probably, yes, I am. But when I hear something like this, it just makes me really excited because I go, oh wow, I have a greater choice. I have a different choice now that I have seen before. If I'm really honest with myself, let's take one area where you are frustrated. Most people have money right now as their frustration. So just gotta take a sip of my coffee before I talk about that. Mm. By the way, have you seen? Yes, I am crazy. You should try it. Isn't that cool? um, so if you take an area where you go, oh, blah, 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 money, for example, or something else, and you just for a moment, really, really honest with yourself, just for a moment, like lower your barriers, let go of any need to be perfect, or just for a moment, let go of any need to be right, and just honestly go, okay, how much do I like, how much do I still value that difficulty with money or whatever the area is? Honestly, is there something that I like about it? Is there something that I value about it? And there is probably a yes and a no at the same time. Or maybe there is a yes and it's very like, yes, I do. Wow. It keeps me in the box of normality. It keeps me, having something to talk about with other people. It keeps me being connected with other people's limitations. It keeps me being liked because other people don't think I'm better than them. It keeps me whatever. So if you just start looking at it, it's like, oh my God, there's a lot of things that I actually like about it. And when you look at that, you're like, okay, wow, interesting point of view. I have this point of view. Oh, that's an interesting point of view. I have this point of view. And step by step, you will like be able to show yourself, is this something I'm still desiring to choose or not? And I did call this Facebook live thingy space phobia, which is, not space phobia, ease phobia. Space phobia is something I've written about in my book. The first one, Pragmatic Psychology, Practical Tools for Being Crazy Happy. Because in like one of the last chapters, it says space phobia, not the normal space phobia, but like this, the phobia that, when there's too much space, too much more of me and less stuff in your head going on, like people go, okay, now I have to fill that space again because I'm getting too light and I'm going to eat more again. I'm going to think more again. I'm going to start a relationship that's not contribution because then I can be contracted again. And so this Facebook Live I called ease phobia, and it's a joke. Okay. This is not a real thing. It's not a diagnosis or anything. It's just like, it's meant with humor. Because ease phobia is, if you're really honest with yourself, it's like, how much ease are you avoiding? Like phobia is oftentimes where people are avoiding something and then they make themselves the effect of it. So where are you avoiding the ease that you could be choosing? Wow. So it's like you're asking for ease, then at the same time you're avoiding it. So everything that is where you're destroying a creative, please. Whew, right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys, poets, and beyonds. So, wow, and it's really cool to be so honest and go, okay, there's something I love about difficulties, and that's okay. Okay, cool. So, and then moving towards, wow, what's next for me? What's next on my buffet? Like the choice of, how do you say, the buffet choice? The choice, yeah, the choice I have on my buffet. Blah, blah. What's next? What else could I go for? What else would I like to go for? And and the tricky thing with, the ease and the space that we could go for, especially in times like these when so many people are going for smallness. So many people right now are going for, like in the past years, especially with everything that was going on in the world and is going on in the world, there's this tendency of people going into, let me keep a small life. Let me make my life as small as possible because then I can control it. Let me make sure I'm just surviving and not thriving. And this is something that's been promoting as that's the right way of, doing life right now. And so what you want to do is just check, am I mimicking that? Am I like doing what other people are doing without asking what is true for me? Because that's something that's so vital right now, becoming more clear on what is true for you, not just going for what other people make real. And this is where the ease is coming in, and this is where the okay, wait a second, I see what other people are making real. What is it I could go for? Wow. So what are you aware of that, the world is what are you aware of that the world is the game that the world is playing right now, and most people are playing the game of drama, the game of there's no future, there's no choice. And maybe you want to ask yourself, okay, I see what's going on, and what is true for me? What is true for me? And when you ask that question, you're really present, not just with the words of that question, but really like with everything that this question is opening up energetically, and is inviting you to, what are you perceiving? What are you aware of? What is this showing you that you have been avoiding for a very, very, very long time? Hmm. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys, poets, and beyonds. And notice like just that energy that's opening up now when you go to more what is true for you. It's not a feeling, it's like it's so subtle, it's so like feather light. And we haven't been trained to listen to this lightness, to this ease. Ease is something that is not a defined feeling. It's not like something you can measure. Ease is so light. It's like it feels like nothing. So it's easy to miss if you look from this reality's perspective. But if you go for more like training yourself to listen to more of that feather lightness, that feather touch of possibilities, how much more could you receive, and how much more would ask and you shall receive truly, 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 truly work for you, and everything that is and everything doesn't allow it. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys, poets, and beyonds. Yeah, I'm just sorry I missed the comments. Yes, ease phobia is so common in this world and still in my world. Yes. And it really helps to ask, who does this belong to? And cultivating that clarity on what is my world and what is the other things that I'm aware of that I can just have be there, but I don't have to do anything with it. So what else? How much ease are you avoiding? Yeah, that's a great question. Mm, yes, exactly. Someone is right. And I don't see who is, like, it doesn't show me who is commenting. um, so I don't see the names, but I just see your brilliant comments. And someone is writing, well, phobia could be just thinking. Exactly. Yeah. That's like thinking and calculating and going, should I do this or should I do that? Is this better? Is this a better decision than this decision? That is avoiding ease. That's avoiding what you already know, which is like, bam, when there's a certain situation and okay, you get a sense, this is going to open up, no, this is going to close down. Or I mean, the very obvious example, when you're asked out on a date, and the moment the person asks you, you like, everything just contracts in your guts, okay, that's not going to create more ease in my life. Whether when the person asks you, do you want to go out on a date, and you're like, and you have like there's a space to it, a lightness to it. You perceive, okay, this is nurturing, this is gonna, then what that future is, what future that is creating. So you know and thinking is totally overrated. Absolutely. Yes. um so with this conversation, it's like, for me personally, in the past days especially, I've been like, ease has always been my, like, say, middle name. It's always been something that I'm like, of course, it's a no-brainer, literally a no-brainer. And at the same time, in the past like few days, there's been a new demand in my world where I'm like, there's such a broadcasting of difficulties with everything right now. Like everything should be a problem according to this reality. Like you wake up in the morning and you have a new idea. Wow, I would like to create this and this. And then it's like around the corner, there's this energy of yes, but be a little bit paranoid about it. Come on, join the game. And everything that is right, wrong, good, bad, pot, fuck, all nine shorts, boys, poets, meons. And then at the same time, you could go, no, just no. And for me in the past days, there's been this demand of more ease than ever. I have no idea how this will look like. It's just like a demand, a request I have on myself to make a different choice. And when I make a different choice like this, I have no like plan on I will do this or this, because that's calculation and thinking again. It's just like, okay, I'll have this. No clue. Let's universe show me what's next. And someone is writing, and with ease, and with ease, you just choose, and then it is also so easy to do things without judgment. Exactly. Yes, judgments are a big ease killer. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys, poets, and yawns. And then you're also becoming an inspiration. Like if you walk around with like as ease on legs, what picture do you get in your head? Like that's ease on legs. That's funny. So if you walk around as ease on legs, walking, talking ease, it's like you melt solidity wherever you go without having to, work so hard. And that's something that, we have been exploring a lot with, yes, pragmatic psychology, and also with, this other life form called pragmatic practitioner, with the people who are working out there in the world as pragmatic practitioners. Some of them are teachers or parents and all of them, and the conversations we've had lately were really cool, where they realized, like them working with clients, whatever, in whatever way, where they said, I used to have to work so hard, or I thought I have to work so hard to get my clients or my students to, you know, go for a change. And what they realized is, with them making a different choice, they can have so much more allowance for whatever the people that they work with are choosing, which is empowering them in such a bigger way. And it's really incredible to see this. And it's like, if you have in your world, okay, I'm going to choose this for me, I'm going to choose Eastern glory for me, and you allow what you choose also to be in the world as a new space, what could you facilitate? What could you inspire? And everything that is, and everything doesn't allow it. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all, and shorts, boys, poets, meons. And facilitation, it's a word that comes from Latin, from fas. It means, like, the origin is facile, which is making easier. So it's like you're the easier maker of whatever you're inviting to. And yes, thank you for putting the link there. And we're going to have more of this. So there's a bigger conversation about this on the art of inspiring change, the art of facilitating change for yourself, for any area of your life, but also for other people. And there's this life form called pragmatic practitioner. And there's a lot going on. Like, there's pragmatic practitioners all over the world who work with that in businesses, in schools, in their, offices, in their practices, in their, with their clients. And they have learned to do it in their unique way. And they have that title of pragmatic practitioner, and they can use it out there in the world. And it's working really, really beautifully. So if you want to check that out, and start like exploring more of what you've got going on, what you know about it, check out the pragmatic practitioner life form. It's really cool, because there's so much different things. You can just take a one-day class that has no prereqs and just explore this world of, wow, okay, if I access more of what I know, if I educate myself more of how does this work of, inspiring change, creating change for myself and other people, how different could you show up in the world? How much more could you actually be, you know, attract people that are looking for you. Because what I notice every time that I learn more, choose more, educate myself more, there's more people showing up going, hey, can I have a session with you? Hey, I want to learn more from you. Because people sense if you choose more, if you be more, people can sense that, the world can sense that, and you become like very, like it's a pulling energy of itself without having to work so hard. So this is something that I highly recommend, just like checking out. There's 1 day classes without prereqs, and there's also 3 day classes where you need bars and foundation as a prereq. And in those classes, of course, we go further, we do some practical training also. And yeah, there's so much on that buffet. And yeah, there's a link in there. And in whatever way you're choosing, what if you just, with the inspiration of this life, of this conversation that we're having now, just maybe choose more clarity on what's next for me. I see what the world is going, I see the world and what the world is going towards, and the future it's, creating. And remind yourself that you have choice. Remind yourself that you have the choice to create something that works for you, and something where you don't have to swim in the same direction, but you can choose what works for you, and receiving what's actually available to you. Mm, 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 hmm. Wow. So I hope this has been a contribution to you. And if you know anyone that requires this conversation, feel free to share it. And I'm looking forward to so much more ease, joy, and glory for all of us. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye for now.